Imagine a man in his early 50s who has the house, the job, and the family, but every Tuesday night he disappears into the basement to play the same Nintendo game he loved when he was 11. He's drinking a beer, and it's the most relaxed he's been all week. His wife thinks it's a phase, but this phase has lasted 30 years. Most people call him a man-child, or say he has arrested development. But what you're actually seeing is a complex psychological defense mechanism designed to avoid the pain of reality. Psychologists call this Puer Aeternus, the eternal boy. It's a pop psychology label for emotional immaturity and a resistance to responsibility. But for Gen X, the rules of being a man were rewritten while they were still in the middle of it. In 2000, psychologist Jeffrey Arnett identified a new stage called Emerging Adulthood, a window from age 18 to 29 defined by identity exploration and instability. This wasn't a choice. It was driven by structural changes like more women in college, the birth control pill, and a shifting service economy. Traditional markers like leaving home and marriage started to slide, moving the timeline of adulthood by nearly 10 years. In 1968, 66% of men lived with their own kids by their late 20s. By 2003, that number for Gen X dropped to 41%. Without those traditional milestones, many men fell into a provisional life. This is the feeling that what you are doing right now isn't your real life. You work an office job, but tell yourself you're an undiscovered genius just waiting for your moment. You live in a messy room because you think a real home is coming later. This is often a shield for gifted children who were praised for their potential but are now terrified of real-world results. In the school of life, potential doesn't get rewarded. Results do. To protect their egos, these men use procrastination as a strategy. They tell themselves, "I haven't succeeded because I haven't truly started yet." It's a way to stay untouchable in their imagination rather than being ordinary on the ground. This leads to a phenomenon called the vault. Data from University College London shows that Gen X men hit peak psychological distress in their 40s and 50s, higher than any generation before them. Because they were raised with norms of stoicism and emotional restraint, they never built the language to process their childhood experiences, so they aged around the distress. Inside their heads, there is a room where they are still 11 years old, surrounded by the games and movies they loved when they felt safe. When life gets too loud, they retreat to that room because they never received the emotional permission slip to actually leave it. This matters because avoiding life has a massive cost. As Carl Jung said, the greatest burden a child bears is the unlived life of their parents. If you hide in a victim mentality, you start seeing every boss or rule as Captain Hook trying to kill your fun. But there's a flip side. The same softness that the world calls man-child is what makes this generation more emotionally available as fathers. Many Gen X men are better dads than their own fathers because they refuse to fully harden. They can sit on the floor and play Legos with a 7-year-old and actually enjoy it. The trick is distinguishing between holding on to what you love and using it to hide from what you feel. So, how do you step out of the cocoon? First, you have to embrace being ordinary. Stop looking down on daily routines like cleaning your room or paying bills on time. These tasks pull your mind back to the ground. Second, practice exposure therapy with failure by doing the things you've been putting off because you're afraid you won't be good at them. Finally, find an outside structure, a mentor or a disciplined community, to hold you accountable. Don't throw away the records or the games. The vault is proof that your sense of wonder is still intact. Just stop living in it full time. Come upstairs for dinner. Bring that 11-year-old with you. The people who love you have been waiting to meet him.